Hello, welcome to part 2 of Ca2 and DoublyLinkedList, which is due for the data structure in gaming. Okay, now we shall look at the iterator class. First off, we made a linked list called mlist and a dlist node called mnode. We then created some constructors, so a constructor with nothing, a constructor with the list and the node, and a constructor with just the node. We made a deconstructor. We made some operator which are used in the player database class and other class for adding moving along the iterator. If it's not equal to the iterator, if an iterator is equal to another iterator, or number is equal to another iterator. It taken the value of the list iterator type and integer type. Again, here's the thing saying that the operator used in a loop int. It returned nothing for some, and then other it returned true or false. And the complexity for these are order C. The complexity of this one is order N. It depends on how many. It depends how long the list is. So we have it go through and add iterator to it, and then return the iterator uh, is equal to the next iterator. So that's pretty much like going int I. It's like a for loop. So int I is greater than, less than that, and then I plus plus. This is the I plus plus. Then minus is the opposite. If it's not equal to, then you check if the thing is equal to, and then if it's equal to, and valid check if the iterator is valid. If not, then return full. It return argument is nothing. It have order C, and it return whether it's true or false. Item return the item in the iterator. The data in the iterator is used to return information stored in the pointer. And the getters, we have get node pointer, get next pointer, get previous pointer. These are check and return the node. The argument, these are used up in insert and remove, as well as set pointer, which uses insert and remove. It has order C, and it return the pointer. The setter, again, set the iterator to a new node. Uh, it taking a list node data type, and the complexity is 0C, and also is used in the insert and order remove. Okay, now we're moving on to the player database. Okay, player database. We have the player database header file, which we include the player class and the dlist class, and a vector which will store the result, which is used in searching. These are some of the methods headed in the player database class. Now we move on to the player database class. I created this here as a starting value in the for loop. So it's like putting a value of int x max here, and then max is equal to this, blah 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 blah. So it reset the thing. First off, we got the search by max experience. This here taking the linked list list class from the main, and it have a vector search result, and it go through the list each time and see if the iterator item which we just saw, which get the information of get XP from the player class, is greater than what we have in xmax, then we will clear the result and push it into the search result vector, and then XP become whatever thing, and it keep looping until the maximum is found. If the maximum is empty, then result is ended in a failure and return, meaning that it's an exit. Else it will go print fact, which is a message down at the bottom here. We'll see in a minute, and print out the one result. Oh, the complexity is C, as it always going. There's only always going to be one result in the vector. Okay, now we search by level. This taking an argument of a level minimum and a level max and a D-linked list, player list. This method is used to put all players who level are in the range. Return a vector of player. Again, it's just looped in, and if it is, push it into the loop and then return the vector. If there's the search result is empty, then return result is ended in failure. Now we're moving on to search, more search function, which I was able to overload with a bunch. I made multiple of them with the same thing, but different parameters or different type. This here, it returned the vector type. It is order C or order N, depending on the size of the list. This get the put all the user player who experience is between the minimum and the maximum experience, and then put them out. And if it's empty, then result in that. Else it return the result back to the main class and display it. Again, another search method. This time it only takes two parameters rather than the three parameter. Uh, it uses the last name and the D-linked list. Return a vector is order C or order N, depending on the size of the list. Uh, take all players whose last name is equal to the inputted name. I did try to cast it as too low to in case they write the right name, but spell like capital letter in between. So it would have been too low or too low. So it would put them both to lowercase, and if they are equal, then it should do that. I wasn't able to, and that was one of the criticisms that I got from my testers, which I will talk about in part 3. Uh, if it's empty, then do that. Return the result. This one returned two value like the one before, but instead is return an int and the same. Pretty much, if the get XP is lower than experience point, it will push it in. Else, it will stay. It will not. And to get average, this is used to get the average experience point of the level that was passing. Taking the level and the D-linked list, it return a double. It is order C or order N, depending on the size again. So it will loop in the link, adding it all up, getting a counter, and if the counter is equal to no player or at this level, and return a 0, else it will go and return some divided by the count that we increment in here. And print. This is a method used to print out all the members of the linked list. It is used in the print all function in the main class. It's taking a list of return nothing, and the complexity is C or order N, depending on the size again. And print out the vector which is used in the which they get which go to the main class, which is got by the search. It order C or order N, depending on the size of the vector as well. So now we'll move on to display menu. Okay, in display menu we have well, obviously all these things. I added in regex and ss stream, which is used for the parsing part. The vector is used in the parsing method. for both range if a person do choose that choice. We have regex to take out the numbers out of it, and regex token iterated that iterate through the regex matches, and I string which used to convert string to integer. Then we have the use these for output the text to display menu, method header which is used in the display menu CPP. Okay, first off we have this here, static string regex range. The R is stand for R, and then whatever value stand for raw string literal. This check to see the string is in a pattern of uh, number 1 no space, number 2 display menu. This method is used to display the main menu in all the function of the project in the main class. If return nothing and argument nothing, complexity is C. Submenu return the display the submenu for the search and method search and print method. If return nothing and have argument nothing, complexity is zero Z order C. So here we are. So output these. Import in. This method is used to check if the user input an int value in the proper range of the function. If not, then it will keep looping until they enter the right value. It returns an integer value. The complexity is 0. It depends on how long the user wants to stay in the while loop for. So if they keep putting the wrong answer, they will stay in the while loop. And the argument is the minimum, the max, a prompt, and an error method. Choice of input. This is return nothing and argument nothing. This method is used for for the search of the range class. So if they want to enter an integer or string value for the range. Input path. Look at Pana give me a link to these websites to help me form this function for for doing this thing. I also found this website, which I found useful when building this function. It return a vector of integer. Is taking a string text, and it's used to parse the number out of place and put it in front and return to the main thing and onward to the player database class. It order n depend on the length of the string. So it taking a number range. We have a factor here. It reserves 2 spaces. If in range, it's out of range as -1 input. The sub matches is 1 and 2. And matches. We first off ask the player to please enter their input, and then once they have that input, this check the string if the string have converted to int. If not, then it should loop until the user do it. Then it push the number to the front of the vector and everything else to the back, and then go through here and keep doing it until we've returned the result. And hopefully that will take in 2 numbers, and these numbers will go on to the search function in database. Okay, I would like to thank you all for watching part 2 of my video, and in part 3 we'll testing out the game and talk about criticism and showing you the main class. Thank you.